You. No, not you. Ah. Maybe you and I will play later, yes? There you are. You're late. No, we've never met before. You didn't have an appointment or anything. I've been expecting someone to come. I didn't exactly know who the spirits were bringing to me, but I did expect you to be here a bit earlier. So, to my notion, you are late, but that's all right. The spirits tend to work in their own time frame anyway, so what do I know? I'm just a conduit to their power. Anyway, have a seat, let's begin. What do you mean, what do I mean? Darling, people don't just come all the way into the woods to find the Blood Witch without needing something, right? That's what I thought. You see, the spirits are quite excited to see you. Did you know that that's what dancing candles mean? If there's no wind around and the candle flame flickers quite a lot, it means that you are in the presence of spirits. So they are anxious to get started, and so am I. So why don't you sit down? Tell me what it is that you need from the Blood Witch. Guidance. Alright. Guidance. Yes, I can do that. Of course, there are quite a few different ways that we can do that. We could create a spell. These powerful little blocks here. They may not look like much, but they are condensed magical energy. Quite useful in spell work. There's of course always cleansing and meditation, things like that. There's also runes that we could cast and see what your future holds. Why don't you tell me what it is that you're looking for guidance in? We'll start there. Is it a matter of love? Is it a matter of money, power? Or perhaps you've just been feeling a bit listless in life, not really having a clear direction. So what is it exactly that you are seeking guidance from the spirit about? Oh. Interesting. And for how long would you say that this has been on your mind, that it's been an issue? I see. Yes, that is quite serious, isn't it? We're going to need something a bit stronger, I think. Please. When was the last time that you had your cards read? You never have, huh? No wonder you're in need of guidance. You see this beautiful deck of tarot cards. They are an excellent conduit for the spirits to speak to us. They are full of all kinds of wisdom. And there are all kinds of different drawings that we can do as well. So, perhaps this would be a good tool to help you today. What do you say? Would you like to have a drawing from the Blood Witch? No, don't worry about payment, darling. My payment is a bit less tangible than most people's, but it's not something you need to worry your pretty little head about. So what do you say? would you like to ask the spirits for guidance using my lovely tarot cards here? Wonderful. Well, why don't you get comfortable and we'll get started. You see, it's not just a simple process drawing cards for someone. It takes a few different steps to make sure that everything goes according to plan. First, we will cleanse the cards and ourselves of anything that may be clinging to us that we don't want. And then we will focus our energies and invite the benevolent spirits here to share their wisdom. And then that's when you come in. But let's start with those 2 steps first, shall we? Alright, good. I'm going to just place this deck on the table right here between us. There. Now there are a few different ways that we could go about cleansing our space. These are a few of my favourites that I keep in here. One thing is Palo Santo. It's the wood from a very powerful, very ancient tree that's been used for generations as a source of magic and cleansing. And the other is a collection of white sage, another very ancient, very powerful herb. Palo Santo, perhaps? No. I think we'd better go with sage today. Yes. Yes, I think sage will be good. Now, this is a very powerful herbal cleanser. It's been used for centuries by mages, medicine men and women, shamans, witches, all kinds of people to help to cleanse and heal from negative energies, many other negative things as well. So we're going to start with just burning this sage. You can see this lovely dancing smoke here. It's quite a light coloured smoke. It's not a heavy dark smoke. It is a cleaning sort of smoke. So I'm just going to bring this close to you, to your aura here, and just work to get rid of any negativity, any doubt that may be plaguing you. Good. Just take some deep breaths if you would like. And breathe in the scent of that sage. It's a bit of a sharp scent. Earthy. Maybe just a touch minty almost. Strong and refreshing. Good, good. Just breathe it in. Let the cleansing sage wash away anything that doesn't serve you anymore. Good, 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 good. That's looking much better. And now we will do the same, and we will use the sage to cleanse the cards. Now it is very important when you use cards that you cleanse them before and after every use. That's at least what I do. Wouldn't want any residual energy getting in the way of a clear, concise reading. And you certainly wouldn't want any malevolent spirits being able to work their way in to the images and have their hand in misdirecting you. So when I store my cards, I store them with a crystal sitting on top of them to protect them. And I also cleanse them with the sage, billowing white smoke of the sage. There. That should do it, I think. Right, just cleanse our space here a bit too. Good, good. Now I'll put this over to the side here. It will still be burning and cleansing as we go. Now, as I said, we have cleansed away the negative energies, and now we are going to welcome in the positive guiding energies. Using this. A bit of incense. Just a little bit of incense. This is one of my favourite types of incense. This is known as dragon's blood incense. Another very strong smell. Give that a little smell. Very earthy, very powerful, almost just a touch spicy if you ask me. This incense is not made from dragon's blood, it's a common misconception. It's actually made from the tree sap of a dragon tree. They have this very bright red sap. It's quite lovely actually. They are very, very ancient trees that have been used in medicinal and magical ways for centuries, as I said. This is a powerful, powerful scent for both cleansing and for amplifying magic. And it's also an excellent way to call good spirits to you. So I'm going to just light the tip of this. There we are. Just place that on our little stand here. There. And that will start to burn. Again, you can see a nice gentle smoke, just the hint of smoke there. And that beautiful, rich, warm scent will begin to call to the spirits. I call in the guardian spirits at this time to guide us, to bless and direct this reading, to give us clarity of thought and clarity of spirit as we seek the answers that have been plaguing us. There. That again will just continue to burn over here. There. And now it is time to prepare you. We have called in the spirits, we have cleansed you of some of your negativity, but now it is time for you to focus, alright? I need you to focus, it's very, very important. It's very, very important that you focus now. I want you to focus on what it is that you are seeking guidance on. Perhaps it is a specific situation. Perhaps it is a specific question. Perhaps it is just a lingering feeling of listlessness, of not knowing where to go. I want you to form it into a question in your mind. So perhaps it's, what is the next step in my relationship? Or what is blocking me from success in my career? in my ambitions. Or perhaps it is, where should I go from here? What is the path in front of me, calling me to do, to say, to think, to feel? Anything like that. But I want you to think as clearly as you can of what you are asking for guidance from. This will help very much in giving you a more accurate and more specific reading, alright? So, do you have a question in your mind? Good, good. Now I want you to focus on that question as we breathe in for a count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. And then breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. Hold it. And out. Good, good, good. Keep thinking about your question. Breathe in. And out. Well done, well done. And now it's time for the cards. Alright, now we're going to do a 3-card spread for you today. But it's not going to be past, present, future. This one is going to be a bit different. The first card is going to offer you insight or answer the question of what you need to be focusing on. Perhaps it's something you've neglected or something like that, but where your focus, where your energy should be. The second card will give us insight into what perhaps you need to let go of. It can be quite a challenging thing to let go of things, especially if we feel as though we've invested so much of our time or energy. But letting go is a part of life, and it makes room for what comes next. And then the third card will be the next step that you should take. Right? So keep your specific situation, your specific question in mind, and let us begin. I'm going to spread the cards out here, and I want you, we'll go through and we'll pick all 3 of these, alright? So we'll get them nice and spread out here. There we are. Now, I want you to close your eyes and to think about the question that you are asking. This first card is going to be where you should be focusing or what you should be investing your energy in, alright? So with that in mind, which one is your first card? Just follow your intuition. Whichever one is speaking to you. If none of them is speaking to you, then just whichever area you seem to be drawn to. It doesn't have to be some big mystical thing. Just whichever one you would like to pick. This one. Right here. Alright. There is your first card. Now, I want you to think about whatever it is that you're asking guidance for. And to think about what you may need to let go of in the situation. And then pick your second card. this one. Right. Good. Now once more. This next card will be the next step, the next thing that you need to do. Something actionable. Now pick your third card. This one. Right. Your first, second, and third card. Good. Now we can set these to the side for now. Let us see what the spirits wish to tell you today. Your first card right here. The High Priestess, and upside down also. Interesting. It's quite a lovely card, you can see. This is an interesting one. The High Priestess generally symbolizes some sort of feminine energy. And if it is reversed, it generally means that there is something blocking your intuitive abilities. Perhaps a lack of self-control or a lack of trusting yourself. So, this being the card that is supposed to be what you're focusing on, maybe that means that you have not been listening to yourself lately. You've been ignoring your intuition. You've been doubting your feelings. You've been doubting yourself. And it's time to begin to trust yourself again. Interesting. Let's move on to the second card, shall we? This one has to do with something that needs to be let go of. Another very fascinating card. And again, upside down too. This, as you can probably tell, is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man generally does not talk about something pleasant. Generally, when it is upright, it means that you are feeling trapped or confined, perhaps self-limiting or uncertain, perhaps feeling like there's a lack of direction. And when it's reversed like this, upside down, perhaps it means that you've been feeling apathy or disinterest or feeling stagnant, something like that. It could be a cause of negative patterns or from detaching yourself from other people. And perhaps that feeling of being stagnant comes from a place of sacrificing, self-sacrifice a bit too much. That can often be the cause of some of those feelings of feeling stuck. So, since this is our card about letting go, perhaps it's time to let go of that self-sacrificial feeling and start to prioritize yourself a bit better. Start to listen to yourself, as this one is saying, and allow yourself to feel. Rather interesting reading so far. Let's see what our last one is. This one has to do with your next steps forward. Fascinating. The Six of Cups. The Six of Cups. And this one is the right way up. The Six of Cups. This card generally has to do with feelings of nostalgia, perhaps connections of love, maybe not romantic love, but a connection to someone from your past, from your childhood maybe, or just from when you were younger. Maybe not a child, but someone from long ago. Past connections, past experiences, and things that you remember fondly. This is sometimes a card associated with childhood innocence as well. The Suit of Cups generally is associated with the element of water, as I'm sure you can understand, and it has to do with emotions. Got this sort of thing here. Things like relationships, love, also creative endeavours, any of those sorts of things. So perhaps having this as your actionable step, maybe that means that it's time to rekindle something from your past. Perhaps it's time for a reunion with someone that you haven't seen in a very long time, that used to be very close to you. Or maybe this is a hobby, something creative that you used to do that you either don't have time for anymore or just sort of fell by the wayside. The busyness of life. Since these other two cards are about trusting yourself and letting go of self-sacrifice, maybe it's time to embrace something from your past again, something that made you feel comfort, warmth, joy, and who knows, that could lead to all kinds of new possibilities. Sometimes we get so concerned about the future that we forget the lessons and the things that are important to us from our past. Sometimes instead of looking to the future, all we really need to do is look to the past. Fascinating. Fascinating, fascinating. Well, I hope that these cards, that this reading, that this encounter was able to offer you some guidance, or some peace, or some clarity or direction, whatever it is that you were seeking. Good, good. You know, it's not every day that I get a visitor willing to ask me for help. I hope that you come back if ever you need it. You see, the spirits are always willing to help us, but some people just don't know how to ask. That's what I'm here for. To help the spirits help you. They speak through me to you, which is not my words. It is theirs. But you do have to be willing to ask. I'm glad you braved the woods to come and see me today. Well, you had better be on your way before it gets too dark. As formidable as I am not the scariest thing in the woods these days, so you'd better get home before the things that go bump in the night start to, well, bump. But I'm glad that you came to see me. The spirits are always willing to help. All you have to do is